single day. I'm gonna make something great. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. This game ain't nothing, this game ain't nothing. On my way to the top, I love this money, just set it on fire, don't mean nothing, here's one for the night. Don't waste my time.
Hey YouTube, Ron here with BBM Reptiles, and I'm back. I had an unfortunate, very personal event in my life that my Facebook and my YouTube account was actually hacked. And how that can happen, it was hacked within. And I had someone that basically was trying to get back at personal things to me. And unfortunately, they deleted my channel that I had on the YouTube. And even though I'm working with that situation, it really actually put me down because I really had some strong and personal content in those channel lineups of all the videos I had that was real personal to me. And if those that are new to my channel, it's all about ball pythons. And those of you that already have been subscribed to my channel, well, basically, you know the backstory of basically how I created and why I created this channel. And having said that, during a lot of things that happens in life, you're always going to be placed with some certain struggles that pushes you to the limits. And life being as hard as it is, I'm up there and I'm struggling as hard as I can, basically, and I'm overcoming whatever adversities I might find. Having said that, I'm back. I'm back with the YouTube channel, and if you have not noticed with the intro, basically, I'm trying to keep it with the same sense. The positive message that I want to promote, and actually what I get back from this is very therapeutical, and it's very inspirational to me. And that's what I want to actually push on to others so they can actually see that same message. A lot of things happen. A lot of things happened since my last videos. I'm actually finished with all my hatchlings. In this video, I'm going to show you actually, I'm going to start off with a specific gene, which is the leopard gene. And I'm going to show the variants of those leopards that I actually produced. And just before I get into that, I just want to give a few shout outs. I really want to thank Richard Barrows of Predator BP, Robert Barclow of Malaysia, Peter Snakes, and also I want to thank Josh Hubbard up in, I think he's in the Washington State. These are people that actually reached out to me with their voices of concerns and worrying about what was going on about my specific channel and if I'm actually still alive in this whole universe. I really want to tell you guys specifically, thank you very much. If anything, you guys really inspired me even more to work with this channel, because out of everything, and I've said this in my previous videos when I had the channel, it's not only about snakes, it's really about the people that you're connecting with inside this reptile hobby. And you guys are the greatest. I can't even say more about how positive this all comes out to be. So again, just to start out, if you're new to the channel, welcome, which obviously most of you or everyone is. And for my specific reasons of why I'm doing these channels, guys, remember, I love you very much, and you're going to see me at my best. You're never going to see me at my worst. You're always going to see me at the best, and that's the purpose of this channel. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep talking more. I'm just going to go straight into snakes. So let's look at some of those leopard genes that I actually was able to produce this year. Okay, guys. Now, first off, like I said, I had a few variants of leopard genes, and I was playing with it, specifically with the clown. The male that I was using was a leopard 100% het clown, and he was also 50% possible het fur pied. And actually, I wanted to actually prove out the pied, and I'll get to that in a second. But I just want to start off with basically the first leopard genes from the basics, and then show off the combinations. Now, right here we have a single gene leopard, and she is 50% possible het for clown. Because remember, the leopard het clown that I used was 100% het, anything that I produce that is non or does not carry that gene of clown will basically produce 50% heads. Now that are not visual, as most already know, and those that are new, in a future video I will actually break it down how recessives work. But just to give you an idea, right here we have a single gene leopard, the visual version of the leopard. The head, which is head for clown, is not visual, and being at 50%, well, there's no way I can find it out until I actually prove it. But I just wanted to show you the basic leopard genes. And the thing about the leopard, if you compare it against the normals, basically it's a lot more darker, and you'll see few alien heads versus of a specific normal that you would see. But this is a beautiful, beautiful girl that I have, and if it's a chance, you can actually see the belly spots. Yellow belly on the leopard is not, I gotta be real honest with you, it would be almost impossible for myself to actually know for a fact, and I wouldn't want to throw in a combo and say, oh, this is a yellow belly, just basically of a possible blushings or a dark pattern or even the checkered belly. Because if you look at this one, the belly, it's really patterned. It is really patterned, and this is just basically a regular leopard. Now I'm going to compare this with the yellow belly version of the leopard. Right here we have the yellow belly version of the leopard. Now there are obviously telltale tales of the genes that can actually see the yellow belly on it. If you compare the two, this one is a lot more brighter than this one is. That's one indication, but like I said, only because I have it side by side, and obviously just to avoid confusion, this yellow belly leopard came from an ivory. Now an ivory is a super yellow belly, and we all know that when you produce a super, any hatchling comes off of that basically will inherit that gene from that super version, hence the yellow belly. So everything that the ivory produces is going to be a yellow belly. So as you can see, as a matter of fact, if I compare the undersides of the snakes of each one's, if this one actually turns around, this one is actually a lot more yellow in the comparison versus this one right here. Even if it does have that checkered patterns on the bottom of the belly, it's a lot more paler or whiter compared to the yellow belly version of the leopard. Right here you see it's actually a lot more darker, even though it has that same checkered patterning on the belly. Compared to the normal leopard, as you can see, it's a lot more yellow. It's a lot more yellowish, and it's a darker, kind of a darker hue. And besides that, this one specifically, it does have some of the flames on it, not as much because I do have other. As a matter of fact, I produce quite a few of the leopard yellow bellies. Obviously I'm working with the head in all of these, but you can see, only, like I said, only because I produced this one from an ivory, that's why I have no issues basically figuring out the difference. But then again, side by side, even if I was to mix these two snakes together in a tub, for example, like right now, if I'm setting up a video and I'm putting each other, I can actually know, well, like I said, because I already know, because I've seen it, but there is a visual difference between the regular leopard and the leopard yellow belly. Now they're both 50% head for clown. Now I'm gonna leave this one here when I put the first original leopard away. And I am tinkering with the leopard gene projects, and my goal basically is the leopard clown, because leopard clown is the holy grail when you're starting out to make those combos. Obviously, you know, the leopard clown is where we get the Batman. Okay, now here next to the leopard yellow belly, we have a leopard orange dream, and she is also 50% head for clown. So everything that I produce from this clutch, everything that I produce from the clutch from the yellow bellies, and everything I produce from the clutch from the orange dreams, I held them back, because since they're 50% heads, I have to actually prove them all out. So I stood with all the females. The males, basically, I moved them off to better homes or other people that can actually use them in their projects. And I stood with the the females, I'm sorry. Because like I said, I'm building up my base clown collection just to have a good variance of different avenues. I can work with the leopard, possible, proving out the clowns on them, and even pushing it even further. And as you can see, the orange dream, what the orange dream actually did, it does gives it that orange hue, and it spreads out even more the pattern of the leopard. Orange dream is one of those it's also one of those enhancing genes that actually it makes it really, really beautiful. And when you get the super version mixed into it, it'll be even more insane. Now, I have seen and I have heard orange dream in clowns, it actually makes it brighter, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to associate. You have to have that trained eye actually to figure it out, the orange dream. But since I got a lot of these orange dream leopards, obviously when I produce them back to back, hopefully I get a super version eventually down the line. So again, the yellow belly version of the leopard, 50% head clown, and this one is the orange dream version. And I'm going to leave the orange dream version here, put the leopard of the yellow belly away, and which is the other one I have to show. Put this one away. What I actually have here is, should I show this one? Well, I'm gonna go to this one. Like I said, remember the beginning of the video I was talking about the leopard, the father, he was 50% het for pied. So I bred him to a visual pastel pied, and in this pairing, he did not prove out to be pied. But these will be 100% head pies, but then again, they're gonna be 50% head head clowns. Right here, I produced a pastel leopard, and this is gonna be 100% head for pied and 50% head for clown. So I'm shooting for double recesses, obviously, in this one. And the pastel, obviously, on the leopard compared to the orange dream, and that's the thing. They talk about the similarities. Sometimes when you actually breed orange dream and pastel, it's kind of hard to actually tell because orange dream is kind of that orangey-ish color, and obviously the pastel, it also gives it the orange color, but it's kind of like brighter, but it does fade out. But there's no orange dream in this one, it's just pastel. But as you can see, the big difference, the pastel version of the leopard and the orange dream version of the leopard. Now, this clutch specifically, even though I did not prove out, because it can happen. If you have a het and you'll breed it to a visual, the odds could be in your favor just as much as it cannot be in your favor. And that doesn't necessarily mean that father, which was 50% head, is not actual a het for pied. It's something that I would have to continue breeding. Now, if I decide to do that, I'm not too sure. I really don't think so, because basically, since I already have this one, which I do know for a fact that he, and this actually turned out to be a male, that he is 100% head pied and it's 50% head for clown. I know this for a fact because basically that was a pairing, and since obviously I produced visual clowns from the father, then basically I know for a fact, and this one did come from a visual pastel pied. So this is more of a short shot, I would say. And the other father that I have, I guess he's gonna be, he'll be, as a matter of fact, I'm going to a benefit expo next week, and I actually donated that snake to a person that had a motorcycle accident, and they're trying to raise funds basically to help them out with, you know, the basic necessities in life and medical bills. So I donated that snake so they can actually build up more funds to help his cause. So that snake is going to go to a better home, not a better home, but just an equally good home, because I'm not saying that mine is less than pair, but that's the best thing about the community. You know how the community is. We all try to reach in, help each other out in whichever way we can. And that's what I love about this. That's really what I love about this hobby, because honestly, You guys are great. And it's not about the snakes. It's about basically the great people that you can help, the great people that basically could use your help. And if it wasn't because they were in a community with reptiles and a specific hobby in mind, maybe they would lose out and wouldn't find those people that are willing to help when you are really, really in need, as a matter of fact. When you really are in need. That's the important thing out of all this. Okay, now, from there, we have here my leopard clown female. And I gotta tell you the truth, I am blessed. I am blessed because besides having a variety of pets to work with, I was actually fortunate enough to actually produce 2 of them. And it's crazy. I guess this one, I don't know, I don't think she's in shed. I don't know why. But wow, there is a big difference between both of them. And they're from the same clutch. They're from the same clutch of the leopard head clown to a visual clown. And maybe this one is in blue. Let me see. Because I know there is a difference because this one came with a lot more spots than this one. And as a matter of fact, yeah, she's in blue. She's in blue. So basically that's probably why she's a lot more darker than what this one is. But I actually penciled this one in as my favorite because she's reduced with the patterning on the sides of the actual spots of the leopard than what this one is. This one has a lot more. And I did get some messages saying that as they grow, I'll appreciate more the spots on this one. But either way, I mean, like, gosh, I really lucked out because I actually produced 2 females. And they're going to actually help even more my projects, what I'm working towards looking variants with leopard and clown. And now that I'm working it in pied, that's another avenue basically that I'm working with to get incredible snakes into my collection. And let me leave this one here since she's not in shed. And if I can remember where this one came from. Okay, I want to show you one last clutch or one last combo that I worked with. That is the leopard, and I do not believe they shed yet. But let's see. No, they haven't. Okay, I'm going to show you it anyway. That's another project that I'm working with the leopard gene. And let me just get this one out the way. Make sure she doesn't escape, so I have to put the top on her. Now, this is the last clutch that I actually cut. Now, this pairing was the same father, which was a leopard, 100% head clown, possible head pied, but I'm not gonna actually work, since I'm not gonna continue with that snake, I'm not gonna be able to prove it out. So with the last one that I just showed you, the whole clutch is a whole back, and that's where I'm gonna probably work more and focus more on the double recessive. This is another double recessive project. This leopard head clown, he was bred to a visual orange ghost, or in other words, a hypo. So what I'm looking from here is obviously I got actually 6 leopards. I got 6 leopards out of this clutch. And like I said, they still haven't shed yet. Let's see if I can actually put it here. They still have not shed, I guess during the last cycle or the last days. I would say probably from the looks of it, they already actually passed their blue. So I would say probably by tomorrow, they already should start coming out with their first shed. And basically from there, they're gonna have their first meals. But what I'm looking at this one is obviously hypo clowns. And as a matter of fact, leopard hypo clowns. Everything that is a leopard that are females are gonna be holdbacks. And the males, I'm planning on holding back 2 of them. And the normals, because this is a clutch of, it's a feisty little one. And out of this, so this was 10 eggs, was it? Yes, 10 eggs. It was 10 eggs. I got 6 leopards and 4 normals. So from the normals, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to any females that are normals. And any males, well, like I said, I can always find real great homes for them. But this is the last and final clutch that I actually produced of this season. And this year it was all about the leopard. It was really all about the leopard, and I'm playing with the combos to actually produce and have a good library of leopard variants to actually work with the clowns down the line. Anyway, these are everything that I have so far leopard. And I gotta tell you, I mean, like, you've seen the video 1,000 times with so many different breeders that are putting out incredible content about leopards and the great combos that the benefit of having the leopard gene in it is. And I took that to heart. I took that to heart because I actually saw the benefit. And starting off from scratch is the best way to do it if you can actually afford to go all the way in with the high-end combos that most are producing. And yeah, let's put these guys away because this one is a little bit spicy and spiky. Well, there you have it. Those are the leopard genes that I have. It's the best thing about actually starting from scratch is you're gonna have so many better ideas to work with, and that's what it's all about. So breeding season is just about to start. We're in the middle of September. Actually, I think we're at the end of September. And I already start preparing my females starting up in October so I can get an early start on the breeding season. So there's a lot of content, there's a lot of breeding ideas and a lot of tips. Until I can get that actually uploaded, I did find some old videos that I had actually stored on my cell phone. So I'm also gonna be adding it on just to have some more content on this YouTube channel. And this YouTube channel is specific about positive message, positive vibrations, and good wishes to everyone in this hobby. And I also want to give a special shout out to Ed Hunter from the Genetic Hunters. He's another great person that actually has also been sending out his positive messages. And if anything, Ed, you're my inspiration, and basically everything that you do up there in California, I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling the love here in Puerto Rico. So anyway, once again, guys, thank you very much for stopping by, and heck, subscribe and like. Join me in this incredible journey of ball pythons, and guess what? It's only the beginning. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.